Everybody. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com, and today I'm bringing you another viewer request. This one is Christina by Estetica in the color R32 28H. Now the color numbers might be kind of deceptive because R32 is kind of like a cross between a light and a medium auburn. It's somewhere in between. A 28 is definitely a lighter auburn. It's like just a smidge darker than a strawberry blonde. But yet, on this wig, especially from a little bit of a distance, the color looks like a rich kind of mahogany brown color. And up close, you can see more of the variation in tone. I'm going to subdue the lights, or maybe I should brighten the lights. Just so you can see the variation in tone. And like I've said in other videos, though this wig looks shiny, it's just because I've got such bright lights on it. In natural lighting, these Estetica wigs look very, very natural, and the sheen is very much a natural kind of sheen, very similar to what like really healthy human hair would have. It's one of the more natural looking synthetic fibers on the market. It's very beautiful. This is actually part of Estetica's High Society collection of monofilament wigs. And as such, you know, they tend to be a little bit pricier, but this wig is really pretty. It has some very gorgeous layering and would make a fine everyday wig, just a really fine everyday wig. The bang is 7 inches, so it's definitely designed to be swept off to the side. You can always have your stylist cut a bang into it if you like, but I really do think that that side swept fringe works really well for the gorgeous layering of this wig. It's not quite a shag, but it's got a lot of shag-like qualities. The top portion of it specifically and the front specifically remind me a lot of like a shag type cut. And maybe one of the stylists that watch my videos could actually enlighten me as to what this style is called. But it's very, very pretty. And I do think that this color just really makes it look kind of expensive. Now there are two actually minor sort of criticisms I have of it, and they're supremely minor. Definitely forgivable kind of issues. One, you might be able to see some of these little flyaways. Those are really, really easy to take care of. All it takes is a little bit of synthetic friendly hairspray, or just play around with the part a little bit and try to find a place to part it where maybe the flyaways aren't such an issue, or soak it in some water with a little bit of fabric softener to kind of keep the static at bay so the flyaways don't go crazy. I mean, very manageable. You could do it by spending virtually nothing. You could even try just soaking it in water for a few minutes and then drying it overnight, and that might even take care of it. So I'm thinking that the flyaway issue, because I mean there's only a little bit of permatease in this, and it's at the very back. So I'm thinking that it's definitely just an issue of static from shipping. So again, very minor criticism. The other thing is the same criticism I've had of other wigs such as Georgia by Noriko, even though I haven't done a review of that one, is that it doesn't have a lace front, which is kind of a bummer. But again, side swept fringe covers it up. Definitely a forgivable thing. So let's go ahead and look at the sides. I'll start with this side for a change. So now you can see all these really beautiful kind of flippy, face framing, razored ends. Very pretty. And here is the back. Again, very, very pretty wig, very pretty style. And the color, I think, is a really gorgeous color. And here's this side. Because it's got a 100% hand-tied monofilament top, you can part it in any direction. Because even though it's fringy and kind of shaggy, it is symmetrical. So if you part it in the middle, it'll work. If you part it off to the other side, it will work. Here's a look at that mono top. It's extremely convincing. Very nice mono top. And just for the sake of argument, I'll very gently use my brush to manipulate the part to the other side. I mean, look how natural that is. I mean, it's not even completely straight in the front, the part isn't. That's because I don't want to brush it too much, but especially if there's already static. But look at how natural that looks. That's a really, really nice mono top. Agreed? So, very, very pretty wig. Let me go ahead and take this off so you can take a look at the cap. Has a really nice comfort grip at the front, right there, to keep your wig in place. Monofilament top, right there. And it's goes from here to here, temple to temple, and all the way back to your crown. There, like I said, right at the crown, there's a tiny, tiny bit of permatease that comes from right here. So where that monofilament ends, there's just a tiny, I don't even know if you can see it, but it's literally that wide. Tiny strip of permatease, real small amount. And it's just to give it a little bit of lift so it stays in place. And then the rest is that pure stretch technology that I rave about. That is really, really comfortable to wear and highly, highly adjustable. Here's what the back of that wig looks like really up close so you can get a better look at the color and at the bottom of some of these really beautiful razored ends. Very, very pretty wig. Just really pretty. I'm actually really impressed with this one. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on. I line the hairline up to my natural hairline. I gotta figure out where I want to part this. I'm going to part it where it was before since that's where it kind of wants to go right now. Grab the ear tabs and make sure they're in place. And because it's got all this layering, it doesn't really need a whole lot of fussing to look pretty. In fact, if it's a little sloppy, it might even look better, just because of the shag factor and the manageability that goes along with that. So there you go. This really pretty wig, mid-length, shaggy kind of bob. Or whatever, people correct me and tell me that the style is called. This is Christina by Estetica, monofilament wig, part of their High Society collection in the gorgeous color R32 28H. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more wig reviews. Bye-bye.